would like to talk with you about trust, inner integration, and inner discipline. So why trust is very important? If we don't have trust, fear and doubt is inevitable. It's like darkness and light. The absence of light would be darkness. The same as the absence of trust would be fear and doubt. And fear and doubt weaken us more than anything. Fear can kill all talent, all wisdom, all understanding. So that's the reason why we want to cultivate trust. This very famous saying is that trust already wins. If you have trust, you already win. You have trust, you are able to make your potential become actual. You are able to use your talent, to express your talent, and to make it a reality, to make the vision reality. If we have trust, we have tremendous strength. We trust in ourselves, we trust in our ability, and we have full energy, full enthusiasm to move forward. I think the main reason we can't trust, or we find it very difficult to trust in ourselves, because we don't have enough discipline to follow what we intuitively know is true. We don't have enough inner discipline to take action when we know that it's a time to take action. And our mind can work only based on principles. One time we allow our mind to not do a certain thing, and the second time we'll find it more difficult to tell ourselves to do that thing. So we miss working on a gym one day, the next day the mind would nag us. Please, today you can do other things, more important thing to do. You don't have to go to the gym today. You can go to the gym tomorrow, and tomorrow the same voice appears. Once we tell ourselves we should do something, we should make our decision to follow it through. Otherwise, if we allowed our mind to have some exceptions, it would just follow exception, and the conflict begins. So inner discipline is so important to develop trust. Also, what we can't trust ourselves is because we don't follow the knowing mind. So in ourselves, there are two main minds. One mind is the wisdom mind, is a knowing mind or knowingness. And another mind is the emotional mind, when we have like a strong emotions and feelings. So often emotional mind is very compulsive. It tells us to do a certain thing to satisfy a certain kind of emotion. When we hate someone, we really, really want to do a bad thing for them. When we love someone, we can't do many things for them. That's an emotional mind. The knowing mind doesn't follow any emotions. The knowing mind is the intuitive mind that know exactly what you are supposed to do at a certain moment, at a certain situation. But normally we feel it's very hard to follow the knowing mind. Follows the emotional mind is very easy, because emotion is the energy in motion. It supports us, it encourages us, it urges us to do a certain thing in a certain way, but follow the emotion, not follow our eyes. And normally emotions don't have eyes, as you already know. So the discipline to follow the knowing mind is also very important to develop trust. Because when we follow our knowing mind, we have wisdom. When we take action based on the knowing mind, the result would be great. So we make fewer mistakes with the knowing mind. On the contrary, if we follow the emotional mind, it will just lead us to mistakes after mistake after mistakes. The discipline to follow the knowing mind will give us on the right track. And another thing is inner integration. When we don't have inner integration, we feel weak, we feel fragmented mentally. Although our body, our health is just fine, but we don't know, at the end of the day, we just feel very fragmented. We feel weak. That's when we don't have inner integration. And inner integration is when our consciousness coming together. It become unite. Normally, our consciousness follow the mind, seeing one object, seeing another object, follow one person, follow the other person. So you can see that our consciousness is spreading in many directions. And we will feel very weak, and we don't really understand why. It is because our consciousness is not together, is not coming together. That's why we sit in meditation. And if you can just sit for 15 minutes, you'll find it very, very different. So I truly believe that inner discipline, inner integration, and trust, they come together. Once we practice inner discipline, we have inner integration. And when we have inner integration, our seeing is clearer, our action is better, and our life will be clearer as well. So that's how we can trust ourselves.